have the hotspot.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another ArtistWorks Live Dispatch from Home. I'm Marcus Luscombe, the Director of Production here at ArtistWorks. And if you're not familiar with who we are, we're an online music instruction company. We work with 37 world-renowned musicians who have recorded entire video curriculums teaching everything that you need to learn an instrument with us for any level. And you can also interact directly with them using video exchange, where you can send them a video of your playing and get one back with personal feedback on your playing. These shows that we do each week, the goal is really just to bring a bit of a musical oasis to you at home. And today we're fortunate to be joined by Dave Stryker, who teaches jazz guitar at ArtistWorks. And we usually always kick these off with some music, so I'll turn it over to Dave now to get us started. Bravo. Beautiful, Dave.
Thank you so much. It's one of my originals.
Perfect. I'm going to bring on our...
Just kidding.
Host here, Patricia.
Yes, hello there. Hi, everybody. Dave, wonderful to hear you play that original Holiday Express. It sounded so vaguely familiar. You know, you're going to make $1 million on that one.
You know, I wish. Hi, how you doing, Patricia? Hi, Marcus. Nice to see you all.
Good to see you, Dave.
And of course, I hope you can notice that my attire tonight for the holiday season. I'm going all out.
Very festive.
No hat.
Well, yeah.
And where are you broadcasting from today, Dave?
From my home here in West Orange, New Jersey. And the snow is coming down. This is the biggest, they say this is going to be one of the bigger storms we've had in a while. So, but that's fine. You know, used to staying at home at this point, aren't we?
Yeah, I guess you don't need to worry about driving too much, do you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's new in Dave Stryker's world? What's the latest?
Quite a bit. Just finishing the semester at the universities where I teach, and we've been teaching online Zoom lessons. And it's not only that, but we've also been doing combos at least at Rutgers where I teach. I teach at 3 different universities: Rutgers, and at Indiana University, and also at Montclair State in New Jersey. And I used to fly out to Indiana, but right now I'm doing my lessons online. But at Rutgers, we actually did the combo performances were done online. I run a guitar combo, which is 6 guitar players, piano, bass, and drums.
Oh, wow.
And we worked all semester and learned recording techniques. And it's been a good experience for the students to learn how to record their parts. And so, you know, there'd be guitars in 6-part harmony, and each guitar player, first I would like put down the backing track. I'd put down the bass line with a metronome with my Fender bass. And then I'd put a scratch guitar track on, and then the drummer would come in and play along with that track. And then each person would layer onto their parts. The bass player would put his part on, the piano would put his part on, and all the guitar players would put their parts on. So, and then we have a mix assistant. You know, one of the students is my mix assistant, and he would put it all together. So they put on a virtual concert, and came out great. And you know, we're making the best of this situation. And I also just recently did the same thing. I was a guest for a week with at Michigan State University. With Rodney Whitaker there, and they did all my big band music for my new record, Blue Soul. Wow. So all 17 of them had to put their parts on separately because they're doing the same thing as Rutgers is, which is not meeting in person at the moment. So it's been a lot. It's been a busy time, and that's how we've been kind of getting through these times that we're in.
Yeah,
that's great. Yeah,
that's just what I'm doing on the teaching side. I'm also doing other stuff as far as recording. Recorded a new record recently, and I believe we're going to play a couple cuts from that later, live in the studio that we videoed it. And I'm also working on a new record with strings. So
nice.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Yeah,
and of course your Christmas shopping, right? I mean, got to get that perfect gift for Mrs. Stryker, right?
I did. Yeah, exactly right. And you know, I've got I'm going to re-gift her my Christmas CDs. I do it every year, and no, I'm just kidding. I got a couple things in store for her.
All right. Well, I'm just checking in on them, making sure the ladies are taken care of. You know that. We can't do we would love to have the all day at the spa gift, but you can't do it anymore. So
yeah.
I
have to get a rain check on that one.
Yeah.
So speaking of Christmas albums, I have the artwork from the both here, and I'll definitely comment that they are fantastic and unique. You want to talk about this one a little bit here?
Oh my goodness.
This is
Dave.
This is basically worth it just for the cover.
Is that a Benedetto? I mean, the headstock.
No, that's my Gibson that I
maybe
played.
that's good. Maybe that's a good thing.
But this is a record I did way back, boy, in the 90s. A solo guitar, and I originally just did it as for my family and friends and stuff. But it's people really seem to like it, and it's available on my website and also at my Bandcamp site, or davestryker.bandcamp.com for downloads. And that one is just solo guitar. And you want to put that back up again? I can show you. This was when my kids were very little. They asked me to be Santa at their preschool, so that's how I was able to get that outfit. And I went over to my buddy's house who had a fire going, but if you notice, we didn't have we didn't have the proper Christmas stockings, so we just took one of his socks.
That's a tube sock. That is a tube stock from 1974, isn't it?
This is exactly right, and this is some little background information that you really won't get to find out unless I'm giving you the secret inside story on that.
Well, you never know. It could come up in a trivia contest. You just never know.
Well, it was a question on Jeopardy recently, so but,
Equally as effective at holding chocolates.
The funny thing about that also is it's called Six String Santa, and I did not know at the time when I called it that. I thought that was like a brilliant idea until I found out later that Joe Pass had a record out called Six String Santa. So, if you're going to steal, I always tell my students, steal from the best.
Yeah, well, great minds think alike, Dave, and you're one of those great minds. So.
Well,
yeah.
I'm not sure about that.
Well, this one was certainly not stolen from anyone. This is purely unique here. This is your other Christmas album.
Right. This came out last year, and this is 8-track Christmas. I had, for those who don't know, I've done these 8-track projects where I arrange tunes from the 70s, 60s and 70s, and kind of put my own spin on them, and we play them in a jazz way. And they've been very popular because people, they recognize the melodies, and it's kind of a great way to bring people into the music and spread some positivity out there into the world. And the 8-track 3 that came out last year, and it was #1 for 6 weeks. So I was so happy about that I got the guys together. I said, look, we should go in and do a Christmas record. My business partner, Jim Igo, had been after me to do this for a long time. So I got the guys into the studio in the middle of the summer, and we're playing Christmas music. It was quite unusual. And but it's the Stefan Harris, Jared Gold, and McClenny Hunter, my regular group, and came out great. And actually it got mentioned in Rolling Stone and New York Times last year. So it's and it's Christmas albums. They always come back around once a year. They get popular again, and they definitely lose their flavor on December 26th, though. So.
Yeah, I have to say though that that 8-track Christmas CD was Dave's 8-track Christmas. We got it last year, and we loved it. I mean, you really have tapped a vein there with the 8-track idea. It certainly appeals to a lot of baby boomers, and the music is just fantastic. Thanks for entertaining us through all the holidays last year, and we're going to do it again this year.
Hey, thanks, Patricia. I appreciate it. And it's I love Christmas. It's I actually got asked to I'm going to be doing a radio show, Dave Stryker's Christmas show on Sirius XM radio tomorrow, 6 p.m. They're playing it for the first time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's a 3-hour show. Wow. And I thought that would be really hard, but actually it was easy because I just picked all my favorite Christmas stuff, starting with Duke Ellington, Nutcracker Suite, and of course there's had to throw a lot of my 8-track stuff makes an appearance in there too, of course. But a lot of, everything from Nat King Cole and Ella Fitzgerald to Take Six, and yeah, so that was fun to do.
That's great. Well, we really loved it, and we're going to enjoy it again this year. I know I'm having some audio issues. I hope I hope you can hear me all right. But one of the things we like to do in these events is say hello to people who have taken a moment to tell us where they're from. And I'm happy to say that Susan joins us a lot. Susan, I hope everything's going okay there in Michigan, and you're maybe not getting, I don't think you're getting the nor'easter snow just yet, but we do have a couple of other people that are on the East Coast that are definitely getting hit tonight. But Chuck down in Tampa,
Hi, Chuck.
he's probably not getting very much snow.
You
but
better
Miles,
not.
yeah, right, we're in trouble if he is, right? Miles is saying hello from Chicago. We actually have a couple of people from Chicago. Thanks for joining us, Miles. And here's somebody you may know from Bloomsburg, PA.
Hey, sis. Hi, Deb. How you doing?
That's your sister. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. That's nice.
My little sister.
And then in London, England, I wonder what the weather is there. Not that it's that important, but we're having quite a bit of snow here on the East Coast anyway. But Adrian, thank you for joining us. And Mark is from Chicago, so it's cold there all the time, I think. And windy, oh my goodness. And Ian is in Vancouver. Always beautiful there.
It's so cool to see all these people from all different parts of the world, isn't it? I love it.
Yes, I do too. In North Carolina, very nice to have you with
Hi, Jeff.
us.
You recognize your basement? He used to live in this house for.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. I bought it from his pops.
Wow. And you did it. So is that somebody you knew before, or?
No. Just we've kind of know each other from having that connection.
From that connection. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Brian from I think that's Santa Rosa, possibly. Yeah. That's not far from Napa, where Marcus and I currently are. And Mark is in Atlanta, and I'm so glad that you're new to Artist Works. I don't know who you're studying with, Mark, but welcome, and I hope you are enjoying your learning experience with us. And Julie's checking in from Omaha.
Hi, Julie.
And Phil has been a student of ours for a while, and he's from Australia.
That's Hi, Phil. Hey, mate. Hey, mate.
Hey, don't try that, because
that was one of the worst.
Marcus is Australian.
That was one of the worst Australian accents.
Yeah, don't do it.
All right.
Don't do it.
We'll throw a shrimp on the Barbie.
What did I just say, Dave? What did I just say? Good Lord. All right, we're going to do a couple more here. Chip is from Alabama. Got a lot of people checking in today. And Tim is from Denver. Welcome, Tim. Thank you for joining us. Stacy is from New Jersey.
Hey, my neighbors. Hi, Stacy.
Now it's got to be cold here in Minnesota. Dwayne, tell me, it's got to be cold. It's always cold in Minnesota, I think. And so then a weather report from London. Dull and murky. To quote Dickens, implacable weather.
So it's a Wednesday, basically.
That's true. So Marcus, while I have the microphone, is it okay for me to just tell folks a couple of housekeeping details?
Absolutely. Yeah, go for it.
Is that all right with you? Okay. So I just want to bring everybody's attention to the banner. We have a contest that is going on right now, and it's only lasting for 2 more days. And it's the first time we've ever given away instruments and gear, but it has proven to be pretty darn popular. And since we were doing a live show, I thought I would just sort of horn in on it to give you guys a last minute chance to sign up to win. Let's see if I can remember all this. Of course, the Bambino Deluxe Benedetto guitar, which retails for over $6,000. We've got a Taylor Academy 10E, which is terrific for beginners, but is also a great guitar for really any level of player. We also have a Good Time Deering banjo. We have a Code 50 Marshall amp. We've got a Kanalea ukulele. It's a tenor ukulele, and that's a beautiful, beautiful instrument. We also have a JHS pedal that was created. It's a signature pedal from Paul Gilbert through JHS. Now, did I miss anything else? I'm just wondering if I missed anything else. Here's a picture of the event. No, I think I got it all. This is a picture of the giveaway. The banjo, the Taylor guitar, the Marshall amp, JHS pedal, the Benedetto Bambino Deluxe, and then, of course, the ukulele. So I've put the destination where you need to go to sign up. It doesn't matter whether you're a customer or a student with us or not. It doesn't matter. So please feel free to sign up. And we will pick a winner on the 18th, so stick around and keep an eye out on your inbox, because we will notify you by email. And so just one final thing. In years past, at Christmas, we've always had our big annual sale. And while this may be the last year that we do it, we are going to do it again this year. It's a very popular sale. It's a great time to extend your membership if you already have one, or to buy a new one. If you've never become an ArtistWorks customer and you want to, this is a time to get a nice, big, juicy discount and learn with us for the next year. And I hope that a lot of you do that, because we work with 37 world-renowned musicians like Mr. Dave Stryker. And so I hope that you will sign up to win some gear or a musical instrument and take advantage tomorrow of the big annual 50% off sale. Just go to artistworks.com, and believe me, we're not going to make it hard to find. So there you go.
I have a question. Is that Benedetto? Is that can the faculty here at ArtistWorks sign up for that too?
Listen, no.
What's that on your lap there, Dave?
What is that, Dave?
This is a Benedetto Bravo.
What is it? A Bravo.
Yeah, and this is one of I have two Benedettos, and wow, that's amazing. That a lot of nice stuff that you guys are giving away.
Well, Benedetto has been very generous with us, and really appreciate it, because the kind of people that we like to work with, Howard Paul and of course Bob and Cindy Benedetto, we've known for a couple of decades now. And when I told Howard about us doing a gear and instrument giveaway, he said, I have the perfect guitar. And what's interesting, they went the extra mile, is they actually put the ArtistWorks logo on the front of the guitar. It's not big, it's not ostentatious, but it's really very tasteful.
Inlay right on the pick guard there.
Yeah, it's on the pick guard. It's very simple. Yeah, look at that. That's really nice.
That's my name there.
That's beautiful.
I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah. They really take that moment to make each guitar special. And I think that they are really wonderful people, and they just make fantastic guitars. They're coveted by every jazz guitar player. So we're happy to be giving one away. Yeah,
they're the best for sure.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, Marcus, thank you for a moment.
Anytime. I think we might be ready for some more music, though. What do you think?
Sure.
What do you feel like? Do you want to play something, or do you want to?
I could play one more.
Yeah. Okay.
It's since I have this shirt on, I'm going to play another Christmas tune. All right.
Great. beautiful.
All right. Mel Torme wrote that tune. The Christmas song.
Applause, applause. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. So these are all fun musicians. We always have to relearn these tunes every, once a year. Because they don't, for some reason, they don't go over as well in June. I don't know what that is, why that is, but
now I heard that when you work on a Christmas album, you actually have to sort of get production going around that time of year in order.
Yeah, I had to write those arrangements and everything back in June of 2019, and we're in the studio recording them in cutoffs and stuff. Short bands.
How do you get the mindset at that time of year? Is there?
Yeah, it's
red shirt, or
it's definitely different. I don't think the red shirt made it out. It was in the closet at that point, but yeah, we had a good time.
Very cool. So we were talking a little earlier. You sent over some new video content, and you just mentioned it briefly earlier that you were back in the studio with your trio and recording new music. So tell us about that a little bit. What was that like? This all happened quite recently, it sounds like.
Yeah. Well, as you know, we've been with this whole lockdown that we've been in this year. It's been real tough on us, on musicians, and I'm very grateful to Artist Works and also to my teaching, other teaching gigs I have at the universities. That's been keeping me busy. But a lot of my friends, are strictly musicians and we're hurting right now because that's what we live for, is to play with each other and play for people and try to spread the joy that way. So it's been tough, and but I had the opportunity. I said, I've got a working trio. That's Jared Gold on organ and McClenny Henner on drums, and I said, let's just go in the studio and we'll video it and we'll record it, and I'll have not just a new album, but everything will be on video. And my son is my older son Matt. Both my sons Matt and Will are very creative guys, and Will is living in LA, and he's working for a production house, and he's a writer. And my other son Matt is in Austin, and he's a very talented editor and producer. And so I sent the videos to Matt, and he put it all together, the videos. And Chris Sulit, my engineer, did the sound. So yeah, it came out. I think it came out pretty nice. And this is going to be a premiere. This has not been played. This is I wrote all new. That's the other thing I should mention, is that I wrote all new music, and that felt great. And what I wanted to do to make this project different was, we had one rehearsal where we ran over the music, and then we went in the studio, and I said, we're just going to do one take of each song. So we recorded each. It's the first time we ever played it, except for running it through the rehearsal down here in this basement, actually, one time. So we went in the studio, we played one take of each tune, went on to the next tune. And, that's a really great way to play, to record jazz, because there's something about the energy and the feeling you get the first time you play a tune. And I was really glad, we've worked together so much. I was really glad that we were able to capture this trio. These guys mean a lot to me, Jared Gold and McClenny Hunter. And the other thing was, we are all in different rooms in the studio. So when we were in our own rooms, we were able to not have our masks on, and that was nice for the video. When we went out of our little rooms where we were recording, we had to put our masks on, to be in the control room and stuff. So yeah, this is a tune called Captain Jack, I think we're going to do. Mm-hmm. And this is dedicated to the guy who one of my first bosses, Captain Jack McDuff, great organ player. And so I wrote this for him. It's a blues in F.
Fantastic. Here we go.
Wow. Burning.
Fantastic.
Thanks.
That's incredible. I love the way Jared Gold plays. He just really gets right in there. And it just seems like, is he, now, this may be a bad question to ask, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Is he kind of driving the groove, or is that more you?
No, the organ is he's playing the bass lines with his left hand and with his left foot. And he's playing the chords with his right hand. So the organ is really driving the group. Of course, the drums, everybody's part of the groove. But that's what's so fun about playing in an organ trio for a guitar player, is that it just really, when the organ player is, if he's got his left hand doing the bass line, which is, and the right hand doing the soloing, then there's nobody playing chords at that point.
Yeah.
So that's why the guitar, there's plenty of room for the guitar to fit in there. And it's just a classic sound that I grew up with, and that, is just infectious, and like it really, like you said, is grooving. In fact, I know that you all got to hear us play out at the Napa Blue Note a few years back when we came out there. That was a fun gig. In fact, it's we taped some of that, and it's on my Artist Works site.
Yeah, we were looking forward to that September gig, and that got canceled. I wonder if I could just ask another question though. You often play with saxophone with
Bob Mincer.
Bob Mincer as well. And so I'm very curious about how that whole dynamic changes when you have a saxophonist versus an organist, or when you have both. Like how do the roles switch around when you have those two instruments, not just?
That's a good question. Yeah, so I've been very lucky to play with a lot of great sax players in my life. After I worked with Jack McDuff, I worked with Stanley Turrentine for 10 years, and he's one of the greatest sax players ever. super soulful and you know, the kind of player that you can tell who it is when you on a record in two notes maybe. And so that was you know, when playing melodies with Stanley with the sax, when you add the sax in there and you play melodies together, it gives it a certain sound, and it just strengthens the melodies. I've also been lucky to play with Steve Slagle for a really long time, great alto player, friend of mine. We had a group for a long time, made a lot of records, and there's a certain sound with that when you put the sax and the guitar together playing those melodies that is really hip. So yeah, it's fun. And then like that group with Steve Slagle, there was no organ, it was just bass and drums, so I had all the chordal, I was doing all the chordal work. And Bob Mintzer is also, I played with him recently. He's on my most recent record, Blue Soul. He's plays on it, but he also arranged it and conducted the WDR big band over in Cologne, Germany.
Right.
And that's another thing that came out this year that we recorded last year. Thankfully, we got that done.
Yeah, you got it
in a whole 17-piece studio orchestra, big band orchestra in Cologne, Germany. Spent a week over there. So yeah, that's I love saxophone, but I got spoiled by playing with so many great players.
Oh my gosh, that's another great recording though. I really enjoyed that as well. I sound like a walking billboard for your music, Dave, but I really enjoyed it. No, I know. Go on. But, jazz guitar in our house is a pretty popular thing because, as you know, David plays jazz guitar, and that truly is really, that and the 8-track Christmas. I mean, you just nailed it. So go get the CD. Well,
I tell you, it's nice to work for a company that the founder and the president of the company is a jazz guitar player. That doesn't happen too often.
Yeah, well, every single person that works at Artist Works is a musician, so
exactly.
That helps. Even Marcus. We do have a question from our friend Phil Judd. Do you think I could put that up here, Dave, and have you answer that? Would that be
Sure.
okay?
Yeah. Hi, Phil.
He's a nice guy, and I want to get his question in here. Can you see that, Dave, or shall I read to you?
You can.
I'll read to you. When Dave is arranging for the trio or group, where does he start and build to? Does he follow a similar path each time? So this is 2 questions. Where do you start and build to, and then do you follow the same or similar path each time?
Okay, I think it depends on the project and the musicians I'm playing with. But in a trio situation, for instance, let's just take that last song. That was basically a blues with some alternate changes in it. So, I just know that with this group, I wanted to have a blues about medium tempo, just because I know how McClenty can play that, the drummer, and I just know I knew how it was going to lay. And it's fun to try to come up with a blues tune that has a different angle on it. And, so that one, that was the idea on that is, well, let's see. So it's just regular blues, right? Then I just went C7, B flat 7, A flat 7, F sharp major. So just that little turnaround at the end, nothing, that fancy, but it just adds to it. So in the beginning goes. I forget what I did there. Anyway, it's different things you can do on a blues. So yeah, I just wrote out a melody. Then Jared, the organ player, put his part on it, and so that's how a tune like that would come out. And different grooves on this record we did in the studio, and wrote, just everybody kind of brings their own part into it. That's when you're playing with great musicians, and you can just kind of that you're in good hands if you kind of write something, a sketch of a tune that they can put their own stamp on. So that's how I worked in that trio situation. And then as far as the big band thing, that was that project was some of the 8-track. It was half the 8-track material that I'd already done in a smaller group with vibes, organ, guitar, and drums. And Bob Binzer had played some gigs with us and thought that would be a good fit with the WDR big band, since, kind of taking tunes like that we talked about earlier that people have recognized, and so he expanded that to big band. And so Bob, took my idea, my original arrangement, small group, and made it amazing. I'm so excited about that. So there's all kinds of different ways of working, and when you're working in different projects. That first thing I talked about was a trio, and then this last one was a big band. I have a new record coming out the beginning of the year, which is with tenor saxophone, a great saxophonist named Walter Smith III, and it's going to be called Baker's Circle. So keep an eye out for that. That's at the manufacturer right now. And
wow, you're a busy guy.
This is the first time I'm announcing it.
Wow.
Isn't that exciting?
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
So I just wanted you to know that Jared has your back. Jared, it's really nice for you to join us. Since you couldn't remember the chord progressions, you've got a D minor 7 flat 5, and you got a G7 alt. How about that? But he goes further. Here's your first one.
Okay, thanks, Jared.
Yeah, thank you, Jared. Hey,
that was actually Jared's contribution to my tune.
That's hilarious.
He made it better.
He makes everything better, doesn't he?
And Jared, your check's in the mail.
We have one more question.
The mail's all screwed up.
Oh, yeah, don't mail it to him. Yeah. Marcus, do you want to take another question? Chip has a question here. Should we do that, or should we play more music? What do you want to do?
Yeah, let's keep taking questions.
Well, this one is from Chip, and he wanted to know, what was the experience like working with musicians, like the German musicians? I think it was a very positive experience based on what you and Bob said, but maybe you could briefly go into a little bit of detail there.
Well, it was amazing. Over in Cologne, Germany, the WDR big band is it's a full-time staff big band. So they show up for work every day and do different projects, and then they record everything, and then they play at a concert that is broadcast out over the whole country, like maybe on the weekends. And also we went out and did a few gigs while we were there that were also taped. You're talking about some of the best musicians around there. Every one of them is world class. So that was an incredible experience. There's a few Americans over there. John Goldsby, the bassist, Billy Test, the piano player, Andy Hunter, the bone player, and let's see.
Should we ask Jared? Maybe Jared knows.
No, Jared, he only knows chord changes.
Oh my God, it's okay.
Carolina Strassmeyer.
There you go. All right.
On alto. I think that's all the Americans in there, but all incredible musicians. It was a great experience to play. We, talk about they could play anything.
No kidding. And what's interesting is this is not a ding on America, but they do seem to have a different value system. Wow, I don't want to say that. They value music differently in Europe than we do. And I covet that a little bit. I think they put a higher priority on teaching and playing music in Europe. And I would say that may be true in Germany as well. So it's very much a part of their life and the social fabric there. And I hope that, that happens more here in the U.S.
Yeah, it is. Really, it's great what they do there. I think part of your tax goes to the WDR if you live in Germany. But it's like $8 a year. You might be, or something like that. I don't really know, but it's a
that's vital support.
It supports the big band. They have 2 symphony orchestras.
Yeah. And they're paid. These people are paid. They don't depend on, they don't depend on patrons all the time. They're paid because it's part of the whole citizenry
Yeah.
that supports it. Anyway, we could go on and on. That's a whole other bottle of wine. But we had some comments and a couple more questions. I think Marcus said Chip, well, he just made a comment about how amazing the arrangements and the performance was from the WDR.
Thanks, Chip.
And then Richard Laho, I hope I said that correctly. It seems a bit French. Who are your major guitar influences? And if you're from Quebec, it's French Canadian. I apologize.
Hi, Richard. Yeah, I just like a lot of people that might like myself that got into jazz, guys, like Wes Montgomery, Kenny Burrell, Grant Green, George Benson, Pat Martino, all the greats. They were so inspiring and still are so inspiring to me. There was also a guy from Omaha named Billy Rogers who was a big influence on me and a mentor to me when I was getting started. So, yeah, I'm grateful to all of them. And then, of course, just all the greats of jazz from Miles Davis and John Coltrane, Sonny Rollins, and McCoy Tyner, Herbie Hancock. I loved it all, and I still do.
But you have influences beyond jazz as well. I remember we kind of had this conversation where you said there were other influences.
Well, I love blues for sure. Yeah, I mean, I love guys like Albert King and B.B. King.
Sure.
Started out with rock music, and so yeah, I love it all.
All right. Well, so this is a very important. I don't mean to interrupt the show, but I totally agree that Robert has a very important question, and I think we need to ask that. Who is your stylist? Now, we could be referring to not just the shirt that you have chosen to wear on camera today, but perhaps the hair and the beard. Can we go into that in a little bit of detail there, who your stylist is? Someone from Hollywood, no doubt.
Well, luckily I know who Robert is, so I need to go get my grain of salt. But
go get your grain of salt. Oh my gosh!
I actually did this. My look today, Robert, was designed by myself, and I have gone with the red shirt in honor of the holiday. And I have my maroon guitar.
Yeah, it's a beautiful maroon guitar.
The hair does its own thing.
Right. It does, I know.
The hair is on its own.
So this is our final question, and it's once again from our friend Phil Judd. Many of you know Eric Marienthal is a great jazz saxophonist and friend, and of course teaches at Artist Works. And Phil would like to know if you've ever played with him.
I haven't, and in fact, I don't think we've ever even met. But I'm a big fan of his, especially stuff with Chick Corea that he's done. What a great player! I hope to meet him one of these days.
Yeah, well, let's fix that when we can all get back together. Marcus will be, behind the camera and making it all happen and get everybody back in the studio again.
Great.
I think we'd all love to see that. Let's make that handshake.
Yeah. All right. Let's do it. Let's do it.
So, Dave, should we play another of the videos that you've prepared for today?
Sure. Why not? Let's. I'd like to. That's this next one is a piece called Prime. It's an up-tempo one, and this is pretty burning. I'd like to. I
can't wait.
Yeah, this is from the recent session we did in the studio.
Awesome. And just a heads up to folks, these songs are actually much longer than what we're playing here, but there's just a 5-minute limit here. So we're just giving you the first taste of this. So here's Prime.
Wow, wow, wow. That was incredible. And I'm so glad Jared got to finish because he got that.
Yes. McClenny, we owe you one. But
Yeah.
that's McClenny Hunter on drums and Jared Gold on organ. And that kind of explains what exactly I was talking about. You know, if you have musicians as great as that, just let them loose and do their thing. It's a joy just to be along for the ride.
Well, thank you for taking us on the ride. And Jared, my God, really wonderful. And I'm glad you got through your piece. And I really enjoyed that a lot. Very, very, very good music. Thank you.
All right. Well, thanks for having me. You guys want to hear one more Christmas tune before we leave out of here? Cool.
I'm not going to complain.
And thanks to Artist Works for having me here. And I do teach online there if anybody's interested in studying. It's one of I think it's the best online teaching school there is out there. And also, if anybody wants to get in touch with me, my website's my name, davestryker.com, and you can buy my music there or at davestryker.bandcamp.com. All right. This is one of my favorites by Vince Guaraldi.
beautiful.
Thanks so much. Thank
Really
you,
lovely.
Vince Guaraldi.
Yeah,
Classic.
it really is.
It's a melancholy tune for Christmas, right? You can see them all skating around on the.
Yeah. Little Snoopy.
Yeah,
Snoopy and all
I
that.
love it so much.
Yeah, I do too. It's a good one and a very nice choice. Thank you for sharing your music with us and your time. And I just hope you have a wonderful holiday. Stay safe and healthy and stay out of the snow unless you're making a snowman.
Thanks, Patricia. Thanks, Marcus, for having me. And thanks, Artist Works. And I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Thank you, Dave. Same to you.
All right.
Great to see you, Dave. And thank you to
Take
everyone
care.
who joined us here today. We'll see you on the next one.
Yes, next week.